Hey guys, doing a quick video repair on my wife's robot vacuum. So we're gonna check that out and see what fun we can have here. So here I have it. Now this is I think we got enough light. So this is one that we had got for free from someone who, said it didn't work on their floors. And what's happening with it is it would vacuum for a while and then it would just stop. It would beep like showing an error or something, and we have to hit the clean button again for it to go for a while. So we thought it was a battery, so we actually ordered a battery. The other one, the other vacuum actually had a low battery error code that we could read, and so we just figured that it's probably the battery on this one too. So we just ordered them. So let me pull off the battery cover. I need to take it out anyway. And we just found it online. We actually were able to get a battery with with more amp hours. So that was good. So here's my new battery, and I just looked it up and ordered it. And it kept doing it, right? Got a new battery in it, made sure it was fully charged, and didn't do anything. So the next thing I did was I looked up online what some common issues are, and they said to take off this brush, make sure that there wasn't any hair or anything. And my wife, she has really long hair, and it's really thick and coarse and very strong. And we often find it in our vacuums holding, things tight and messing things up. And so we thought we had kind of cleaned it out enough, but we read online that there's some other things to do. So here's the brush, which should be turning freely. And we can notice that it's rather hard to turn. So online, we found out that this little guy right here that is attached to the motor can get hair and junk behind it. Let me grab a screwdriver so I can pry that out. And so we cleaned it out. Took it off just like it said. This one won't work. kind of big, but it'll work. It'll get in there. And so we pulled that off, and we found hair kind of around the backside over here. And so we cleaned that out and put everything back together, and still we were having a problem. And so I read a couple more. Let me turn on this other light. A couple more reviews. And one of the things they said was check right down in here. And it's kind of hard to zoom. Let me see if I can lift this up and shine the light on that. If you could see down in there on that pin, if it'll focus, there is some hair in there. And so I'm sure that is, contributing to keep getting this all bound up. So I'm going to start taking off these screws here so I can get inside there and clean it up a bit. It's going to take me a while, so first I got to go fill up my water. Maybe I'll speed up this part once we get to YouTube. I'm sticking with my one take wonder pledge, so I don't do editing. I just record. Most of the time I'm a little bit more prepared, but I figured, hey, I'm going to throw this video up for the INDE class real quick, so I just kind of did it. So you'll have to forgive my mistakes and my delays. Okay, so I am going to put a little bit more light on here. I got these lights that should make a big difference. Maybe I'll put a filter on so they're not too bright. Still learning the whole lighting thing. So okay. Now I really like this screwdriver. I think I got this at Tractor Supply. Pretty sure. You can change bits in it, and it's ratcheting, which is really nice. It'll take the same bits as a like a DeWalt impact driver. The only thing that's difficult is getting these guys in and out. They do tend to want to stick in. So sometimes I will just pound those down on the table to get them in. All right. So it looks like we have some screwdrivers here, and some of these are security bit. I'm going to see if this will take them out. I don't know though. I do have security bits. It's just finding them. So let's see if these will get in here even. A security bit. Let me see if I can show that. There we go. So it's a star. It's a hex, and it has that little dimple in the middle, which makes it hard to get these bits in. So let me see what I have with me in this package. A little box of tools down here. Let's see if I have one of these bits. Ooh, I do. Okay, so let me show you what I'm working with here. So I found a bit. Here's your stuff right here. Thank you. I found a bit, and I got this really cool Wera toolkit from Platt. And Wera, let's see, come on, zoom. Focus. There we go. Wera is just a really good high quality tool set. They're made in Germany, and they have been pretty good for me. They guarantee all of their bits. So here's the security bits, and they just have a little hole in the middle. I'm going to see which one of these is going to work. Some of them might be too deep, or the screws might be too deep. So I might have to get a there we go, slides out. I might have to get a longer one, and just finding that longer one, that should be easy. Okay, so that works for that one. So I know I can take a few of these out. And yeah, for the first time ever, I might actually have to pause the video while I pull these out. Where I get my other ones. But let's see. Some cool little screwdriver here, and I can pull that out. Ooh. That is pretty in there pretty good. There, so got my little pile of screws over here. Hopefully I won't lose them. One of these days I'll, get all organized. Okay, so what I want is to be able to get these. Yeah, that one's not going to fit. None of the other ones are going to fit. Well, let's see if I can get in there with a little pick and pull out the hair that way. And of course, I don't have any picks in my toolkit, but I do have another cool little screwdriver kit that I bought on, I think I got this on Wish, and it has a bunch of different ends, and I'm just going to get the smallest one, which I think it's this one here. It's a tiny little hex, I think, but I think it's small enough to go in there. So put this in, and I tighten this down, put the camera over here. Let's see. Okay, so let me try to get, ooh, makes it really dark in there. I'm actually using the camera here to see. There's definitely junk in there. Dirt, and one of the reviews said that they even had to oil theirs. That these were open bearings, and they had to oil them, and maybe the dust or the hair or whatever that got in there kind of took out any grease or any of that junk. Okay, so let me get in there with this light. Got this cool, DocuCam that's on a little arm. Readjust it every time. Sometimes I think I should put the camera on my hat, like a GoPro or like a flashlight, so everywhere I look, the camera's automatically looking. But pretty soon that'll all be automated, right? It'll be part of the camera technology, kind of like drones, how they can follow you, or they can you can tell them to kind of lock onto a vehicle, right? And they can just recognize the vehicle. Pretty soon it'll just know where I want it to point to. Okay, it looks pretty clean in there. Okay, so I'm going to give a little blowout. And see if that turns any easier. Okay, so I'm going to put this little guy back on here. It kind of goes on, kind of like a gear. It just slips right on over the top. Now, let me get a pair of needle nose pliers, and I'll try to turn it with the pliers. See how easy it turns. It's supposed to turn freely and easily, but maybe that is where that oil comes in. I'm gonna just kind of grip it right with these pliers and turn it back and forth. So see if I can turn it with my, can't turn it with my fingers very well. Let's put this guy back in. And it's turning, but it still feels kind of hard. Feels like it's harder than it should be. All right, let me go grab some oil, and we'll see if that works. All right, boys and girls. Now, I thought that I would use olive oil. Okay, this is just Costco's olive oil. Now, I've used olive oil in food grade type situations, even on some machinery that doesn't touch food, and it's just been nice. It's kind of light oil, and it's clear, which is nice. So if I know if it gets colored, then that's because of the dirt or junk that's in there. Now I'm just going to use toothpicks to put some oil in there. Let me pull this part off, and let me make sure it looks like everything's still sometimes camera doesn't want to focus, but it looks like everything's good. I still see the kind of little teeth marks in here. So I'm going to kind of tip this up again, so you can see it as I put in the oil. And I just kind of poured some oil in the cap and then put some on the end of this Q-tip here. And I'm just gonna put it in around that shaft, and you know, in this position, right, it should kind of soak down inside that bearing. So I'm going to put the little square cap back on, making sure that I push it down on the teeth. In there, so it grabs the shaft. That way when I grab onto it and turn it with the pliers, I know the shaft is turning as well. Well, that's way better. I can already feel it turning better. I need to make sure that I am turning it in complete circles, and then going back and forth. Sorry, I keep hitting my lights and my camera, so that I'm freeing up everything all the way around. Okay. So now I feel like, yeah, I can turn it with my fingers now, and before I couldn't do that. Yeah, that's much easier. Okay, so I'll put this down. Now let's put the roller back in it and see how it turns with the roller. And before it was really hard to turn. So, oh yeah, now it turns much easier, much easier. Go back and forth. Yeah, that's a lot better. So, gonna have to let my wife know that, you know, we'll probably have to do this on occasion. Clean this part out just because of the, you know, the hair. And, you know, this is, it's not anything new, right? Her hair's been clogging all sorts of stuff. I really think that I could collect all the hair that falls off and like make a really good lasso out of it. And her hair's red, and so it'd be a pretty cool looking lasso. So I'm wiping up the excess oil, and it also picks up any dirt or junk that's in there. That will stop any dirt from collecting in that area. Just like water, oil, if it leaks out of something or if it's damp, will cause dust to collect. I see this on my old tractor all the time. It's a 1975 tractor, and it's, you know, oil is seeping out of some of the cylinders and some of the connections, and that just dust just gets caked on, and it turns into some pretty thick material. When I first got it, it took me gosh, days and days of pressure washing and degreasing to get through that stuff so that I could work on it. Otherwise, I mean, it just covers everything, and it can cause issues for sure. Okay, so I think that I've got any extra stuff off. I'm going to put this cap back on my oil before I make a mess, dump the rest of that out in the garbage. And then let's put on the little square first. Okay, so that's on. Make sure it's all pushed in all the way to stop any big pieces from falling in there. And then put on the roller. Oh yeah, so much better. Now, put this cover back on. Now we did take out one screw. The only one that would fit in here on my tiny little mini screwdriver. So I'm going to put that one back in. Glad I didn't have to take it all apart. And then I'm going to put the battery back in. Come on, camera, focus. Focus. There we go. There we go. Hard with that light shining right on there. I'll probably just turn that off now. That's probably better. Okay, I'm going to put my battery in. There's only one way to hook up this battery. Should go in like this. All right, when you hear it beep, that's good. I'm going to put this in here with these little plastic puller things up. Easy to pull the battery out, not too bad on this model. A lot of room in there. Okay, now let's put on this battery cover regular screws, right? Because they want you to be able to put a new battery in at home, but they don't want you to take it apart. So not really an electrical problem, just, you know, a maintenance problem. If you, you know, become an electrician, maintenance mechanic type deal at a manufacturing facility, you'll be the one of the people that figure it out. And a lot of times it's just a mechanical issue, maintenance issue, cleaning, and there's no electrical problems at all. Okay, so now it won't. It's too smart to turn on upside down. It just won't do it. And what I want to find out is if this is going to turn now. So I have to put these wheels somewhere where they're not going to mess up my papers on my desk, but that I can feel it. Hopefully I can feel this turning underneath. So oh yeah, I feel it turning. Oh, I feel it turning now. Sweet. So one fixed robot. Nice. Well, thanks for watching, and hopefully it was at least entertaining to watch me run around and get all that stuff I forgot to get ready. But that's it for this video, and we'll see what we can fix next time.